Coverage you can count on. KOMU 8 News on Mid-Missouri CW starts now.
And with the 42nd pick in the 2019 NFL Draft, the Denver Broncos select Drew Lock, Missouri.
Okay.
Let's go, young fella. SEC, baby.
The wait is over. Mizzou Tiger Drew Lock will wear a Denver Broncos uniform. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jem Reed.
And I'm Abby Dodge. I'm not too excited about being a Chiefs fan, but I'll let it slide. KOMU 8's Chris Gervino has been following the quarterback's career. And Chris, tonight is a lot more exciting for Lock than yesterday.
True, Abby, and he's not even a Bronco for 2 hours, and here you are already complaining because he's with the rival team. It is finally official. Drew Lock is a Denver Bronco, as many of us expected. Came a little later than expected. He went with the 42nd overall pick in the second round tonight. The Broncos thought to be one of the teams clearly that would like to land him. Passed on him in the first round, but there he was, available for the taking tonight, and they snatched him up. Lock will be mentored by Super Bowl champion winning quarterback Joe Flacco, whom the Broncos acquired from Baltimore earlier this offseason. He will play against his hometown Chiefs twice a year and get a trip home every year since the Broncos are divisional rivals with Kansas City. Earlier, we talked to his Mizzou teammate offensive lineman Paul Adams in Nashville after Lock had just been drafted.
You know what, I kind of told him, I was like, wherever he gets picked up, you know, it was the right team at the right time. Like, don't let anything else, like, distract you whatsoever about what the rounder pick was. I mean, you got picked. It's for your own good, what exactly what team you got picked for.
Paul Adams himself hopes to be drafted later in the weekend, most likely tomorrow in the final few rounds. Drew Lock, the first Tiger taken, again, could be as many as 5 or 6 selected before the end of the draft. We hope to hear from Drew Lock tonight at 10 on Channel 8.
Chris, thank you very much. Most Tiger fans thought Lock would be drafted in the first round by either the Broncos or the Redskins. We heard from a Denver fan here in Columbia today who says either way he ended up where he was meant to be.
For different reasons, I want Drew Lock to come to the Broncos, but ultimately I'm just going to be calling all my family, friends, you know, make sure I get a jersey, and man, it's just something I've dreamt about.
And now take a look at what Missouri fans are saying on social media about Lock being drafted. Marie Jones says, I'm happy for him. He'll do great. Casey Nelson says, glad he got drafted, but prepared to lose to the Chiefs twice a year. I second that one, Casey. And George Mendez says they got a good quarterback for sure.
Our day was beautiful here in mid-Missouri. We had lots of clear sky and lots of time seeing a lot of sunshine. We are currently having calm winds. We did see winds earlier today from the northwest, and that's what didn't allow us to warm up too much, just to about 70 degrees. But we are going to have a shift in our winds as we go through the overnight hours and into tomorrow. This is 11 a.m. tomorrow. We're going to have gusting winds from 30 miles an hour up from the south. That's going to bring some of those warmer temperatures to keep us in the mid to low 70s as we go throughout tomorrow. And that will be gusty, though, so make sure that you are planning ahead for that one. We do have some rain chances in the forecast. I'm going to track those out hour by hour for you in my full forecast.
People who are remembering those lost in Sri Lankan bombings held a touching tribute tonight. KOMU 8's Isaac James is in the studio to tell us what that message was.
After suicide bombers ravaged Sri Lankan churches Sunday, a local church provided a place of healing today. The vigil honored the 250 killed and 500 injured in Sunday's attacks. The St. Thomas More Newman Center hosted the event. Its pastor told me vigils like these bring comfort to people who need it most.
And so I think in a situation like this, people who are hurting have an opportunity to realize that they are not alone. And sometimes knowing that you're not alone can be a step toward moving into a different space.
Even though the Newman Center is Catholic, people of all faiths were encouraged to attend. In the studio, Isaac James, KOMU 8 News.
Sri Lanka police are conducting raids and making arrests 5 days after the bombings. The country's president said more than 70 people have been arrested and about 130 others have been identified as having ties with ISIS. Nearly 10,000 soldiers are deployed to carry out searches and provide security at churches.
Columbia police responded to reports of gunfire in a northeast Columbia neighborhood this morning. A sergeant on the scene confirmed the gunfire but said no one was hurt. The crime scene investigations unit arrived just after 11 this morning. Police detained 2 men and 2 women right outside the home and took them to separate patrol cars. One neighbor, Richard Henderson, said he's seen suspicious activities at this duplex and thinks landlords should be more careful who they're renting to.
I mean, that's the issue on this street. It ain't the people who own the property. They don't take their time to really, I think, vet the people that they're renting to.
Henderson said his wife heard the gunshots around 9:30 this morning and called 911. Police confirmed 2 people were taken into custody. Columbia police are investigating several cases of property damage involving BB guns. Police says a group of underage kids is responsible in addition to damage of properties to cars and homes and the windows. Some victims had needed surgery to remove the BB pellets. Authorities say the extent of the injuries and the property value in some incidents could result in felony charges.
Casa de Loco, an Eldon winery, is taking back 6 different types of its bottled wine. The Missouri Division of Alcohol and Tobacco Control said the bottles could explode. A bottle it confiscated exploded in an evidence locker. The winery owner says as far as he knows, only the brand called Bellini Gold was involved. He thinks he knows why.
In retrospect, my thoughts would be that either something in the peach or the combination of something in the peach is activating a yeast that's in a champagne a little bit, and it's creating some pressure. And if the cork can't give, then the bottle does.
Owens, his daughter, and his son went to retail stores today and collected bottles that pose a threat. He says if you bought a bottle of Bellini Gold, throw it out and contact the winery.
Medical marijuana sites are heading to Missouri soon. Where will they go? We'll find out.
Plus an update on a school pellet shooting in Georgia.
We'll have increasing clouds as a warm front makes its way towards the viewing area. We'll have some short showers in the morning, but those should clear out. But we're gearing up for a wet week. I'll help you plan ahead.
It was a beautiful day out there today, and it's looking gorgeous tonight, too. Here's a live look over downtown Columbia. The time is 9:08. This is KOMU8 News at 9. Coverage you can count on.
Never be surprised by the weather. Download the free KOMU8 Weather and Traffic app. Brought to you by Central Bank of Boone County.
When you're driving, you have to be on your game.
Drugs take you out of the game.
In 2016, drugs were involved in over 16% of motor vehicle crashes.
Be a winner. Don't do drugs.
Save Mo Lives, brought to you by Gaines Moving and Delivery.
Family Health Center, primary and preventative health care for the whole family, including dental care.
The providers there are on the cutting edge of the newest things out.
Think of us first when you get sick or if you have a toothache. Also for cleanings and annual checkups.
The collaboration we have allows us to treat their mouth, their mind, and their body.
Including these important services. Family Health Center with 3 convenient Columbia locations. Family Health Center, health and care within reach.
Sometimes the best memories require getting a little messy. And frankly, that's where the fun begins. At Slumberland, we've got the styles for all your memories with our low price guarantee. Plus, right now, during our spring savings sale, get up to 65% off throughout the store on your favorite things. Get a little messy and always go for the memories. Slumberland. It's a good life.
Introducing the all-new Chevy Silverado. It's the official truck of calloused hands. The official truck of getting to work and getting to work. It's the official truck of homecoming and coming home. The all-new Chevy Silverado.
Chevy Truck Month continues with 0% financing for 72 months on this all-new Silverado. Or this deal gets stronger. Current competitive owners get a total value of over $9,500 when financing with GM Financial.
Missourians legalized medical marijuana 5 months ago, and some people are scrambling to get prepared. Join KOMU8 for a week-long look at Missouri's state of weed. We'll break down the business of cannabis while looking at legal hazards and political agendas. We'll explore the benefits and risks it's had on other states, and we'll investigate who's applying for distribution and why the process has been shrouded in secrecy. Missouri's State of Weed, starting April 28th, only on KOMU8.
Need a good mover for less?
Can be done.
At Gaines Moving and Delivery, we can move a dorm room or a whole house or office. Free estimates included within 120 miles of Columbia. A first-class move on a budget?
Can be done.
With Gaines Moving and Delivery.
The First Alert Weather Cam is brought to you by the law firm of Harper, Evans, Wade, and Nettemeyer. We will fight for you.
The Missouri Department of Health is gearing up for medical marijuana. The department wants 60 cultivation facilities, 192 dispensaries, and 86 manufacturing sites. Forms and instructions will be available online June 4th. The department has until December 31st to review applications.
The city of Lebanon is among the growing number of communities in Missouri looking to establish zoning regulations for the newest statewide industry. Voters approved Amendment 2 limits medical marijuana facilities to no closer than 1,000 feet from schools, daycares, and churches. But it does give individual cities the right to reduce that radius. Lebanon is considering a 300-foot limit. One woman who runs several CBD stores says she applauds Lebanon's concerns about not pushing the facilities outside of city limits.
You've got to keep in mind the reason why we're doing this is for patient access.
The zoning ordinances regulate medical marijuana dispensaries more like liquor stores. Although marijuana will be regulated, a regulated drug, you'll need a prescription type card to get it.
Coming up, a driver left in shock on a Colorado highway.
Clouds are on the increase as we head towards those overnight hours, and we'll see some rain tomorrow morning. I'll track it out for you in my full forecast.
And you're taking a live look over the capital city on this Friday evening. It's 9:13. This is KOMU8 News at 9.
Sofas, $275. Certiqueen mattress, just $198. Dual power reclining sofa or love seat, only $898. Huge savings and added discounts during FFO Homes Friends and Family event. We appreciate your business, and we've taken your everyday savings to a whole new level. 5-piece pub group or comfort home recliner, just $398. Get the best buys plus an added 10% off every item. Now at FFO Home, where great quality furniture and mattresses live for less. Come see us.
From identifying early weather patterns to calculating a storm's direct path, you can count on the First Alert Weather Team to analyze the science behind every possibility, using Mid-Missouri's most powerful Doppler radar to track local skies, and cutting-edge technology to take you inside the storm, using science to keep your family safe and prepared. On air, online, and on the KOMU8 Weather and Traffic app. KOMU8 Storm Mode. Severe weather coverage you can count on. The KOMU8 iPhone and Android News app is brought to you by University Subaru. Download yours today.
Premier Property Services wants you, the customer, to know why they are different from the other guys. Premier Property tears everything off the roof down to the decking to inspect for damaged plywood. Premier replaces all black felt, drip edge, and ventilation. Premier never does layovers on roofs. So don't hire a contractor who's going to cut these corners for the same price. Because Premier Property is an Owens Corning Platinum Preferred Contractor, they can offer a lifetime workmanship warranty. The premier choice in home improvement.
Experience super hearing with Magic Ear. You'll be able to hear a pin drop from 100 feet away and watch TV without bothering anybody. It's so discreet, no one will know you're listening.
He's cute.
You'll be able to hear a whisper from the other side of the room.
Have you seen Dawn? She looks amazing.
It's perfect for the back seat of the car and for sportsmen and bird watchers. Get yours today.
Georgia police say they've identified a suspect in the pellet gun shooting at an elementary school that hurt 10 children. Police searched the suspect's home and found the gun. Authorities have not released the suspect's name. The injured students are in good condition now. Some parents say they didn't feel safe bringing their children back to school after the incident.
Just cured anxiety. Oh my God!
That man got video of a fiery crash that killed 4 people and left several others injured on a Colorado highway. The truck hit several cars. Police say the 23-year-old truck driver didn't slow down as he approached stopped traffic. The driver faces 4 counts of vehicular homicide.
Houston police are investigating the death of a man they say was shot while sitting in an Uber driver's back seat. Investigators say the driver picked the man up this afternoon. That's when they said another person walked around to the driver's side and fired into the back seat multiple times. The driver drove to a nearby shopping center and called for help. The driver wasn't hurt. Officials haven't released the victim's name. Members of a Texas border community came together with law enforcement agencies to talk about their close-to-the-border properties. Ranchers, Border Patrol, and members of the Sheriff's Office spoke with Texas Rangers at the meeting about their duties in the area. The biggest point made, agents need access to ranches to patrol the areas along the border. They say only 30% is drivable.
If there's a relationship between the landowner and Border Patrol, it gives them the trust factor that they need to be able to come onto their property and patrol.
Border Patrol also discussed the many necessities agents need, such as technology, border access, and additional agents.
The floods that hit northwest Missouri were on the agenda as Governor Parson met today with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers and FEMA. The governors of Iowa, Nebraska, and the Lieutenant Governor of Kansas joined the discussion. FEMA reports $25 million in damage that's eligible for federal assistance. Parson is asking for help in 13 Missouri counties.
It was a beautiful day outside. We had not a single cloud in the sky. We might have some rolling in soon, but we warmed up to almost 70 degrees in Jefferson City, and that is our time lapse for today. It was a great day in the mid-Missouri. But I do have some good news for you. We will warm up just slightly tomorrow because we're going to have a wind shift as we go overnight and into tomorrow. Currently, we're sitting at about 62 degrees here in Missouri, but we have some warmer air that's off to our west, and that's going to make its way towards us as we have that wind shift from the west and bring us that warmer air. We are currently sitting in the mid to low 60s, some of us finally dipping into the 50s as we go towards our overnight low, which will be about 51, but it's still a very mild temperature for our low for this time of year. We will be getting locked and loaded to go on a roller coaster of temperatures over the next weekend and the start of next week. It's going to be almost a 10-degree change from different days. So Saturday to Sunday, we're dropping 8 degrees, but Sunday to Monday, we're warming up 6. So it'll be a roller coaster of temperatures. But along with that, we also have different precip chances. So tomorrow, that's going to be our main focus. We do have a system that will move through that will likely drop some rain during the early morning to noon hours. So taking a look at our precip cast, this is 10:30. This is going to be tonight. We're going to be mainly clear as we go through the overnight hours. We'll start to cloud up as we head towards those early morning hours. This is 3 a.m. and the clouds will start to roll in. As we go towards 6 a.m., we'll start to see some rain start to fall. It'll be mostly moderate rain, and that should move through pretty quickly. It'll become a little bit widespread, but by noon, it's going to push out of the area, and we'll clear up. We'll probably get to see some sun tomorrow as well, and we'll have a nice sunset as well, and we'll stay clear as we go into Sunday. This system's only going to drop about 0.04 of an inch of rain, not too much as we go through tomorrow, but our main concern is going to be the rain that we're going to be seeing through the start of the work week and continuing. This rain might cause some flooding issues, so we're definitely going to be looking into that carefully as the time approaches to look at those more closely. But for tonight, we are staying dry until we hit tomorrow morning. 51 is our low, very seasonal. We'll have those increasing clouds to trap some of the heat of the day. That's going to allow us to be so mild as we go overnight. 70 as our high. Tomorrow will be pretty gusty, so don't put too much effort into your hair tomorrow if you're going out to brunch. We'll see those AM showers pass, and by afternoon, we will be feeling much drier. As we continue through the rest of the weekend, we will stay dry, but our rain chances increase as we start to head into the work week. We see a couple chances for thunderstorms, and we'll finally even out for temperatures going towards next weekend.
You are taking a live look at Drew Lock in Nashville talking to the media after the NFL draft. We'll bring you that interview on KMU 8 News at 10.
Sports is next.
Do you want a truck that does one thing or a truck that does them all? A truck that's skilled enough to be all-seeing, smart enough to be all-knowing, strong enough to be all-powerful. The all-new Ram 1500, Motor Trend's 2019 Truck of the Year. Come in now during the Ram Spring Sales Event.
Competitive pickup owners get an average $11,900 in total values on select 2019 Ram 1500 models in dealer stock.
If you've been accused of a crime and are in need of legal representation, contact the team at Carson & Coyle.
We defend our clients in all criminal matters and are prepared to present your case to a judge or jury.
Our criminal defense attorneys handle the investigation and legal preparation to protect your interests at trial.
It's important to choose an attorney who can guide you through the criminal justice system.
For over 50 years, we have built our reputation here in mid-Missouri with offices in Jefferson City and Columbia to better serve you. At Carson & Coyle, we are dedicated to protecting your legal rights.
The 2019 Ford Escape was built for the Midwest, with everything you want built right in. Want your choice of powerful and efficient EcoBoost engines? You got it. Want capability like towing or intelligent four-wheel drive? Sure thing. What about smart features for added convenience and connectivity? All in there. Get a Ford Escape at up to 20% below MSRP. That's up to $4,900 in total savings. Only at your quality Ford dealers.
Now, from the Ford Sports Desk, KOMU8 Sports.
Hi, everyone. The wait is over for former Missouri quarterback Drew Lock. He was drafted by the Denver Broncos, the team so many expected to take him last night in the first round. But instead, he goes to Denver in tonight's second round at pick number 42 overall. Lock headed to the Mile High City. So many thought that would be his destination. It just took a little longer than expected. Instead of last night, he goes tonight. Denver swept in and got Lock 10 picks into tonight's second round. The 4-year Mizzou starting signal caller still available on night 2 and round 2. And Denver had been after Lock for quite a while. John Elway and Gary Kubiak from the Broncos organization scouted him last year at a Missouri home game. He visited them late just a few weeks ago, and it always seemed to be a team that was interested in him. Denver added Joe Flacco, the veteran, in a trade with Baltimore this offseason. Flacco is Super Bowl champion with the Baltimore Ravens a few years ago, so Lock will back up Flacco and learn from him and his experience. Lock grew up in the Kansas City area, Lee Summit to be exact, as a big Chiefs fan. Now he'll play against the Chiefs twice a season with one of the Chiefs' arch rivals, the Broncos. At least Lock gets a trip home every year when the Broncos visit Arrowhead Stadium. He's the only Tiger taken in the draft so far. Others, including offensive lineman Paul Adams, may go later. Adams offered his thoughts on Lock getting drafted by Denver.
I'm so excited for him. Like I've said it so many times, I mean, he deserves this so much. You know, he went up to his room last night, kind of talked to him about it. Obviously, there's a sense of just a little disappointment, obviously. He sat in that room for 4 hours to get his name called, and it didn't happen. You know, that hurts you.
Well, better late than never. His name was called tonight. He's been talking with the media right now at a press conference. We hope to have that for you at 10 over on Channel 8. A long wait is over for Drew Lock. A big baseball series for the Missouri Tigers hosting the South Carolina Gamecocks in SEC play this weekend at Taylor Stadium. Drew Lock bobblehead day honoring the first Tiger taken in this year's NFL draft. And Jordan Geist throwing out the first pitch tonight as well. Jacob Candleberry, the actual starting pitcher for Missouri, has been good this year, the left-hander, but Andrew Eister doubles down the left field line to bring home 2. Carolina up early 2-0. Bottom half of the inning, though, it's 2-1 Gamecocks and then a balk. Steve Beezer's squad, a little trickery causing a distraction to the pitcher, so a 2-2 tie. Canterbury has really settled in, and Mizzou has scored 3 runs late. Tigers lead 5-2 in the 8th. News not as good for the Mizzou softball team. Those Tigers suffered a loss at Mississippi State, 8-3. That snaps Missouri's 6-game winning streak. Matty Norman, the Tiger pitcher from Tipton, suffered the loss. Mizzou drops to 29-19 overall. A lot more coming up at 10. Cards and Royals update, more on the Chiefs, and a special guest in mid-Missouri who was drafted number 2 overall into the NFL many years ago. We'll make you wait for that. See you at Channel 8 next hour.
Coming up, a heartwarming story of an unlikely friendship after an almost tragedy.
We switched.
I switched to Chevy.
I switched to Chevy.
We switched to Chevy.
I switched from a Ram to a Chevy.
See why people are switching to Chevy.
We love our Chevy. Why do we switch? Just look at it.
Switch into a new Chevy today. Current competitive owners get 20% below MSRP on most Equinox models when financing with GM Financial. That's over $8,000 on this Equinox.
Sometimes the best memories require getting a little messy. And frankly, that's where the fun begins. At Slumberland, we've got the styles for all your memories with our low price guarantee. Plus, right now, during our spring savings sale, get up to 65% off throughout the store on your favorite things. Get a little messy and always go for the memories. Slumberland, it's a good life.
Coming up on KOMU 8 News at 10, the FBI director speaks out after a man who planned murders of Democratic politicians and members of the media is released.
How prosecutors are figuring out how to stop people who appear only to be in the planning stages of plotting domestic attacks.
We're in for another seasonable day as we go into tomorrow, but we are expecting some rain chances before noon. It'll just be some moderate rain. We won't get too much of it, and it should clear out for your day, so you might be able to even get out and enjoy the outdoors. But we are tracking more rain from Monday through Thursday, maybe even into Friday, and a few storms along with it.
Here's a happy story for your Friday. A deputy and a baby have a heartwarming reunion. 1 year ago, a deputy saved a 4-month-old Kingston Crawl after he stopped breathing. I don't know if you all remember this video, but it really catches your attention. His mother panicked, and miraculously, the deputy appeared, saving the infant's life. He rushed the baby to a local hospital where doctors revived the child. After that, their relationship blossomed. The deputy and his wife are now the boy's godparents, and the two families even spent Christmas together.
How about that?
That's so sweet.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Some good news on your Friday. We're full of good news today.
And what's your tease? You got number 2 NFL draft choice from the 90s?
Yep, 1998.
Jim still hasn't figured it out.
Today. We fooled him this time. You gotta watch it, Ken.
Okay. Okay.
On air, online, on Facebook, on Twitter, on the news app, and the weather app. KOMU 8 News. Coverage you can count on.
Low on cash and credit? Turned down for a car loan? Get to JD Byrider for easy approval, affordable payments, and you can spin the wheel to see how much you save. $100